What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome back to my F1 2016 career. This is the Mexican Grand Prix. If you didn't know already, I have been under the weather recently, so I might sound a little bit off. Yeah, I did announce that in my Mexico highlights for F1 XL, so it's a bit weird how that works out, that F1 XL meets the career mode in terms of Mexico, so 2 Mexicans in a row. Fantastic. So we've got an amazing championship battle here, especially between myself and Daniel Ricciardo. Wouldn't rule Hamilton out of it, but yeah, it's going to be tricky from that far back. But with 3 races to go, it's going to be very intriguing to see who wins Season 2 in this career. So there's a couple of upgrades there from Force India. Probably won't threaten us too much, but we can see from the vehicle performance, we're solidly in 3rd, just aiming for 1 more upgrade. I mean, I could do practice, but I'm not going to. I've said that I'm just going to leave it for the rest of the season, because the upgrade pace is far too quick if you do practice. But we've had a very successful season. We should be proud of our achievements, but hey, we're gunning for the title. Hopefully we can bring it back to Renault for Season 2. So into qualifying, our first couple of laps got us into P16. And we're currently purple at the moment, so it's been a pretty good lap so far. Hitting that inner curb unsettled the car, but I was feeling pretty confident. Bit of a lock-up, but doesn't look like we're doing too badly. I struggled quite badly with this final sector. I just don't flow with it too well, but this final corner is so tricky. Are we going to come to the line in a decent position? It's only P9. Wow, that's not that great, actually. But it shows how incredibly close it is. I mean, usually the Red Bulls dominate, but they're not that far ahead. We're only half a second off, and the main championship contenders are 2nd and 3rd, so that could be a bit of an issue. Hopefully we get a good start, but look how close the whole field is, 2.3 seconds, and we know the Saubers are quite far off the pace, so reducing the fuel. In terms of strategy, definitely can't do a 1-stop because we're not outside the top 10. Glitches. But it looks like it could be a 2-stop, but I do know tyre wear around here is very high and difficult to manage. So we're building up to the Mexican Grand Prix. Championships can be decided. 5 lights and away we go. Will we lose our championship momentum? So we get a decent initial getaway, but going through the gears we lost a lot of speed there, so we're moving to the middle. Not too sure where we're going to go, but we've got Bottas on our outside trying to go for a move here. Where are we going to slip the car? And there's been contact ahead. There's a Red Bull round blocking the whole field, and wow, okay, like most of the fielder is at a standstill. 4 cars are sped away. There we go, VSC. I mean, we needed a VSC there because that was absolute carnage. Haryanto's out the race. Let's see a few replays. So begun with a Red Bull spinning at turn 1, so they're nearly 4 wide there. That's incredible. Ignore the tyres in the middle of the track you might see. But yeah, it's actually Daniel Ricciardo who blocks the whole field, which is a good thing for me, I've got to say. So what does he do here? He just cuts the corner, goes into the Ferrari. 4 cars side by side. It's not going to work down there. So this is on board with Kimi. You can just see the action ahead. There's too many cars going for one space. And it's Palmer on the outside, actually, who gets through nicely. I think he's in P2, actually. And this is what happened to Haryanto. This is really strange. Enter Rogue Sauber. What the hell is that? Wow. That Sauber's absolutely destroyed Haryanto's race, but VSC is ending. We're trying to take advantage of this. Going up the inside of the home favourite Perez. He doesn't fully turn in, which is a good thing. And then he swipes ahead of us. That made me crap myself just a little bit. But we should go on the attack on the start-finish straight. Obviously DRS and slipstream is incredibly powerful, but I'm going to pretty much drift it through the final corner. Just couldn't get the power down. We lose a lot of momentum there, but let's see what the straight line speed is like compared to this Force India. I'm sure the crowd will really enjoy me overtaking their favourite driver, and we're going to slip it up the inside pretty easily. Oh no, Perez has broke very late there, locking up. Is he still on our inside? I've got to give him the room, but we make it around the outside up to P8, and them cars ahead of us are going incredibly slow, and luckily for us it's actually Ricciardo, so that's going to help us out pretty nicely as long as he doesn't get away. And they go 3 wide. Oh my god, AI, don't do this. This is not going to end well. The Ferrari's cut the corner. Raikkonen makes contact. We're going to slip it up the inside. Can we get the position? We've given him room, but we've got the inside line up to P7. Ricciardo's on the outside of Hulkenberg. So much action in these first couple of laps. And now we're just behind our champion rival Daniel Ricciardo, which is exactly what we need. We can keep him in our sight, and hey, if we get close enough, we'll dive it up the inside. We might have an opportunity here. We're going to go for it. It felt like the time was right. We're going to squeeze him out, and there we go. Ahead of Ricciardo, up to P6. So Ricciardo started second. He's in the best car. And now he's down to P7. He's had a pretty shocking start to this race, but we're trying to catch up to Hulkenberg. He's kept us at bay very well indeed. He had some pretty decent pace. We're locking up, and Ricciardo's going to go for the move here. We leave him enough room, and he actually loses out to Raikkonen. I think he made a little bit of contact there, but we'll get DRS from the Force India. Hulkenberg's in the pits. Anyone else going to join him? I think Ricciardo went into the pits there as well, so we're going to stretch these tyres out an extra lap. We do have a bit of damage to the front wing, I forgot to mention that, and it is affecting us a little bit. That was from the lap 1, turn 1 incident. So we're coming in, and I've really realised my teammates in the pits as well, but I had to pit. I mean, I couldn't do another lap on these tyres, and we're going to get held up. That's a very slow stop, and the Ferrari got ahead of us. So we're coming out in P16, but obviously quite a few cars have not pit yet, so Ricciardo will have gone an undercut. Is that him in the distance? I think that's Ricciardo ahead of Raikkonen, so we're not that far behind him really. But we have gone for the soft compound tyres, and the pace on these tyres were absolutely shocking. I couldn't catch up to the medium compound runners of Raikkonen and Ricciardo, which was really disconcerting. And now Perez on the mediums is coming on the attack, and he's just easily overtaken me and moved across before the braking zone. Wow, Perez, that is not going to help anyone. I'm going to championship to win, and you're doing things like that. Very risky indeed. So yeah, that's Perez ahead of us, and we're just losing track, and I feel like we're just not on top of this tyre wear. For this strategy to work, I felt like I had to stretch these softs to around lap 20. And at this point I'm thinking, oh, there's no chance. We might have to 3-stop this race, and that is not what we need at all. So we're closing in on Perez once again. Go for the move in the braking zone. Oh, we kind of make contact with him, which actually aids the overtake, which is a bit strange. But we have caught up a little bit to Raikkonen. We were using Perez's pace there, and once again Perez is coming back. I mean, I overtake him on the DRS straight, and then he catches up in the middle and final sectors, and yeah, he just fights back, and more side-by-side action with the Mexican, and this is costing us a bit of time. We want to be catching up to Raikkonen. I don't know if that's Ricciardo still ahead, but we're losing a lot of time, and tyre wear is so high. I mean, I was struggling so badly on these tyres. I was just using them so much, so I'm going to go on to the mediums in the next stint. And it looks like I will have to make a third pit stop, so maybe super softs at the end. And I'm getting absolutely swamped. And so I think Bottas just made contact with me there. I could have been out the race there. That was far too close to comfort. What is the Williams driver doing? Let's see on board with him. He just gets such a great run, and wow. He does make contact with my rear. I'm lucky not to be spun out there, but keep it cool, man. You're a Finn, for God's sake. Finns are known for keeping it cool. And yeah. This is a real struggle, it really is. So we've taken them about, 9 laps on them soft compound tyres, and I'm getting recommended to go on the softs again. Jeff, you old joke, and no chance. We're going on the mediums, and right now I was thinking, I'm not going to score any points, because this strategy isn't... I can't see many of the AI 3-stopping, because their tyre wear is actually pretty good, and I'm just struggling so badly. P17. This is incredible. Let's just hope Ricciardo doesn't have a great points finish, because this is an absolute disaster so far. So lap 21, still in P17. Nothing was happening for us. Kvyat is out the race. I was begging, please, please give us a safety car. I would need a safety car just to get back in the fray. And we'll see. He's going for the overtake on a Mercedes, and his engine just can't cope with it. So that's Kvyat out of the race. And yeah, of course, I'm not in the lead, so of course it's not a safety car. I do feel like that happens a lot, I've got to say. We're on the back of the 2 Haas cars, the second worst car in this career. So, yeah, this is filling me with so much joy. We're on the back of our old pal Grosjean from Season 1. We've missed that guy. Remember when we used to battle for points finishes? And, yeah, probably moving across ahead of him and making contact is not the best way to do it. But now we're on the attack of Gutierrez. Had to wait for the second DRS zone. but I'd imagine it should be a pretty simple overtake. These Hasses really aren't quick at all, and it says a lot that I'm only just overtaking them, locking up and just getting the move done. Up to P13, getting closer to the points, but there's a big gap to the points, so I wasn't expecting too much, especially when we're gonna get re-overtaken by Gutierrez. I can just see it now. The tyre wear is huge once again. I mean, in my league race I did 22 laps on medium compound tyres, so that shows there is a glitch if you start outside the top 10, so that's a joke. And it gave me no confidence for this race at all. Perez has come out ahead of us, so we got a huge undercut of about 9 laps on Perez, and we still came out behind him. This has not gone well, and I was going to wait till lap 28 to go for 8 laps on the super soft tyres, make the most of them, because yeah, the grip just wasn't there. And I do feel like a bit of it was to do with my front wing. I didn't replace it because I thought I'd lost too much time, but I'm kind of wishing now that I did, because this car feels absolutely awful. The handling is just not there at all. So lap 28, I decided by now I'm going to come into the pits at the end. I just can't deal with all this trauma. My tyre wear's awful, the car's handling awful. Hulkenberg's past me, I'm not really going to fight it. I'll probably just follow him to the pits, and yeah, we'll come out right near the back of the field. It's, considering I'm fighting for the championship, I'm down in P13 and I'm taking out the bollard. That just sums up my race. I know I just sound very negative and down, but I'm ill. My voice is awful, and this race was shocking. Oh, it really was. We're down to P16. So what's our hope? We can beat Alonso, we can get P15. Bit of positivity right there, and it took till the penultimate lap for me to close in. Alonso was side by side with Grosjean. They're having a bit of a ding-dong battle, so this could help us get close, and we're getting seriously close now. And it looks like they've both gone wide, so we're going to go for the overtake, and no! Grosjean's moved ahead of us, and we've crashed into the wall, broken our front wing. Hey, this race is one to forget. Absolute disaster. Grosjean moves across ahead of me, and yeah, that's not on, man. It really isn't. To be fair, this 360 turn was pretty impressive, and you'll see, I think Grosjean does give Alonso the room to come onto the track, but I didn't expect that, didn't react. So yeah, it's the penultimate lap, and I thought, screw it, I'm not doing another lap of this race. So I'm going to let the leaders through, and it wasn't Verstappen. I thought Verstappen would be winning this race, but no, it's Lewis Hamilton. Who's definitely thrown himself back in the title picture, because he was, I think, 36 points off the lead. And yeah, 25 points from that, that'll do him nicely. P17. Yeah, let's forget that race ever happened. So Hamilton takes the victory. Where's Ricciardo? P5. So he has gained an extra 10 points on us, but it's not game over. At least it's not a podium or anything like that. Solid finish from our teammate Jolyon in P4, so a few decent points for the Renault team. But as we scroll down, a lap down, P17. That's pretty embarrassing, and yeah, I think that's my worst race of the season by far. So, we're 13 points behind Ricciardo, and we're only 4 points ahead of Hamilton. We have a super three-way battle for the Drivers' Championship here. So we've got Brazil and then Abu Dhabi. That is going to be so exciting. I actually can't wait to do the next race right now. So, Rosberg's out the battle, but it's 3 drivers from 3 different teams, which I think everyone wishes would happen in real life. So, constructors, Mercedes versus Red Bull. That's going to be interesting as well. So, if you haven't enjoyed the Mexican Grand Prix, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.